I'm not a furry. I'm not a furry. I'm not a furry. I'm a stone cold top. She's a stone cold top. I'm a top. She's a top. She's a stone cold top. I'm a top. I'm a stone cold top. I know everything. I know everything. I feel some energy from you, but no one ever. I'm innocent. I'm top. I'm not a furry. But deep down I know bottom inside. I'm a stone cold top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, she's a top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, I'm a stone cold top. I know everything, I know everything. I feel top energy from you, said no one ever. I'm a Catholic, she's a Catholic. I can never do wrong. I'm so innocent, this is my song. But when I'm flirting, when she's flirting, I'm a stone cold top. What do you mean? I'm too innocent for this. I'm a stone cold top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, she's a top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, I'm a stone cold top. I know everything, I know everything. I feel some energy from you, but no one ever. I'm a stone cold top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, she's a top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, I'm a stone cold top. I know everything.
Hello, hello. How are we? How are we doing? Hi. Okay. We're here. Hi. A little bit of a mess on the desk today, but I have just been working on some other projects. So, you're going to have to cope with it, I'm afraid. How are you all today? You ready to get writing? It's the last stream of the month, which means it's all the prompts. I'm thinking of continuing with my Storm prompt, which I continued Aggie and I with. So at the very least, at the end of today, I want to have planned... I want to have planned what's happening in my Aggie and I story. Oh my goodness, you were talking. I got kicked out of my own chat. Bonsour, hi! It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Yeah, it is, Lady Magora. Who's to say I haven't got mine off already? This is true. There's no camera on you. Only Vix can tell us for sure. This is true. Hi, Christian. How you doing? Hello, Lady Magora, Bexy, Christian, Bubba Dog. Oh my goodness, loads of people today. Hello. Haven't eaten yet and I'm not hungry either. Help. Do you feel comfortable drinking milk? It's the best thing to drink if you haven't eaten. I am fucking tired as hell. Oh, Bubba. I hear you. Hi, Jinx. How are you? Eat what? I'm not hungry. Hi, Connor. How you doing? How was your friend last night? Did they get home okay? I saw that. Why did we have an official news segment? Mummy Pig from Peppa Pig being pregnant. Nope, I'm lactose intolerant. Damn it. An electrolyte drink? I'd say I'm fucking tired. That's okay, Bubba Dog. You're allowed to be. Yes, please. Got a bottle. Is now live. Well, that's the wrong title. I thought I changed my title. Did I not change my title? Well, thank you anyway, Stream Elements. That's fine. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome on in. What are we thinking? What are we writing today? I'm continuing with Storm, at the very least. I'm going to be planning what's going to happen in the next bit of Aggie and I. Speaking of which, I'm going to take this notebook out of the way because it's a bit thick. I'm sorry, what? We had a chat about you? Oh god, yeah. I remember that. When Jinx was still streaming, we're like, we're going to bitch about Bexy for a bit. Can continue my book, of course. Haven't done much yet this week. Oh, good, Lady Magora. I'm doing well in my personal project. I'm doing 500 words a day, which isn't a lot, but in terms of maintaining my motivation, absolutely needed to limit myself to 500 a day. And I'm up to exactly 8,888 words. Why is it raining? I don't know, Bubba. Best of luck with it, Lady Magora. Right, so this is what I wrote when we did the storm prompt. Storm there. So I need to continue from here. Which is actually not a lot has happened other than reaffirming the threat of the desert and the bond between Aggie and Joe. Let me get the lo-fi on as well. Tips hat and takes a bow. Yes, Lady Magora. Bitching behind my back. Oh yeah. We bitch about you all the time. Have you heard this is storm prompt? For real though. For real, maybe it knew. Okay, so I need to plan the rest. So Aggie and Joe have lost Agni, I should put. It's only Joe that calls her Aggie. Have lost the trail to the rattlesnake. Look at you guys. Magora, Jinx, Connor, Bexy, Bubba, Connor. You guys are the sweetest. Did your friend get home alright, Connor? Your dirty birdie. And for the second half of this, I might be typing again because I've been just doing so much writing on paper that I've started to get like twinges up my arm. So I might type again for the second half of this. Donkey, exactly. Shrek. I'm in a horrendous mood today. Oh, Bubba, I'm so sorry to hear that. What has put you in the horrendous mood? What is the sitch? You see a convoy that looks like it's from Banali. They sneak on. Everyone bury Bubba in a cuddle puddle because he needs some love. Yeah! Aye, you wee slag got home grand. I'm glad the wee slag got home grand. Drunk out of her mind and tried to go home with a guy she didn't know. The next day she went out sober and saw him anyway. Some people you just can't help. Do you already do that sometimes? I'm on my feet since 6 a.m. after a shit night of sleep and I still can't find a moment to rest. Oh, are you waiting for your train tram right now, Bubba? French laughter. You can also bury me in the fucking ground already. No, Bubba, no! Sometimes you just have to... Sometimes it's... Do it for the plot, you know? Sometimes it's just part of their development, and that's fine. Can't count the amount of times I've done that with Bestie. I'll eat some bread then with a bacon-wrapped burger. Ooh, Lady Magora. No, I am on the tram. Okay, how long till you get home, Bubba? And can you rest as soon as you get home? Same brain, Bexy. Going back from the shithole. No, fuck's sake. Just like Bestie. Christian! Lady Magora. They see the facility for the first time and overhear a conversation that lets them know. They overhear a conversation that lets them know that the baby has been moved, but the mother is still there. There it is, the plot. Oh my, getting spicy. I have to spend a few hours on fucking math. Well, here's the thing, Bubba, because I used to get like this about my homework. I used to get very vigilant about my homework back in primary and secondary school. I categorize myself as a recovering type A personality. Where if you're going to spend 3 times the amount of time you usually would on the maths because you're overtired, take the nap. Do it before class starts tomorrow. That's what I would do. Not encouraging anyone to skip their homework here, but that's the kind of thing that I would do, because ultimately sleep is more important, and if you're overtired doing maths, you're not going to absorb any of the process. And that's the point of the homework. Known you longer than I've known Jinx. This is true. My wife denied our marriage. Who's that? 3 years you've known each other? Oh my goodness. Hashtag jinxed. I had 30 minutes of rest. Oh, bless you, Bubba. Because you can do a nap where it's a patch nap, but scientifically you can take a 45-minute nap and it does do something for the brain. It's late already, I don't have the time. But what I mean is, like, do it at school tomorrow. These are all brilliant. Just googled it. I'm also type A. It's hard to be type A and also have ADHD. Type A is the way you function and the way you want things to be, and ADHD is the thing that gets in the way. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for the chapter 2 of Aggie and I. Chapter 3... I mean, I have to remember it's a short story. I'm going to say that it's probably going to be 5 chapters in total. Because Aggie and I is actually a setup for a much larger thing. But chapter 3 is going to be Joe sneaks into the rattlesnake. That called a power nap. But isn't there something to do with the timing of 45 minutes? Because you can go to sleep for... Isn't 45 minutes more refreshing than 2.5 hours? Because a sleep cycle, a deep sleep cycle, is 3 hours. But the doctors recommend 4 so that you have time to fall asleep and wake up again. Technically, humans only need 6 hours of sleep. But that implies that you would fall asleep immediately and go straight into deep sleep. These are all brilliant. Yeah, they are. Normally non-functional, however, that's me on a normal day as well. I cannot sleep for quick naps. Oh, Bubba, I'm sorry to hear that. Try and get your maths done in a calm, slow way. And then wind down for some sleepy time. Hint of numbers, steam starts coming out of my ears because I didn't get the tism that's good for numbers gaming, however. I'm actually surprisingly... I wouldn't say I'm good at maths, but the last time I studied it was GCSE, and I can't really go by my GCSE grades because I was in a hospital school. But I did pass. I got a C on my maths first try, and I got a D on my English second try, and it's the thing that I like to do more than anything. So I would say I'm surprisingly good at maths. I had a very good teacher, though. 9 hours minimum, please. That could be, though, Bexy. The thing is about differing sleep patterns is it could be that you just take longer to fall asleep. Because you could be asleep, but in a very light way. It could take longer for your body to wind down. But cut and dry, humans need 2 cycles of 3 hours every night. And that's it. No, I have fucking family at home. That's fair, Bubba. Well, I am fucking horrible. What do you mean? I take ages to fall asleep. Me too. I'm an insomniac. Me and you, man's straight out of here. Oh yeah, Jinx. At least I feel like I am. Try not to feel like you are. At maths, yeah. Try not to feel like you are. Just understand that this is your first time understanding it. I feel like people think that maths should be built in to a person, or you should get it instantly because it's a logical science. But it's your first time experiencing it. You don't have to know it. Fall asleep when I hit my pillow. Hey, Christian. That does the trick. Bexy. I usually have a little bit of a wind down. I usually do some paper writing, not screen. And then I'll go and lay in bed with the light on. And then I'll turn the light off. Maybe listen to some music if I'm pretty anxietied up. All in all, my wind down takes about 2 hours. So I try and start fairly early on. Sneaks into the rattlesnake and leaves Agni. Now, how are you comfortable? Because Bexy, I know you're following this story as it comes out. How comfortable are you with spoilers for a chapter that's past chapter 2? Because I could just write what happens. But I don't want to spoil it for you. I have sleep meditations on. It makes a massive difference. Oh, do you know what I love? I love thunderstorm rainforest, but not with the bird sounds. I don't like the bird sounds. And you can get like these custom ones where it's like a little bit of piano music playing, lots of rain, and a little bit of thunder. That makes me happy. Go for it. Okay, Bexy. Well, the exams kind of expect you to know stuff quickly. This is true. He is caught. And here's that his mother, this is a spoiler, died the previous night. And then Agni's gonna sneak in through her vent. Because she's cute like that. I love my shit. Bubba, you're in that awful sardonic thing where you're semi-hysterical. I have sleep meditations on. It makes massive difference. Go for it. Yes, sweet. Were you expecting me to kill off the mum? Agni sneaks through a vent. And they escape together. I am undecided as to whether they escape together using fire or not. This will also give an insight. So this chapter's got less plot points than the previous one, but I need to describe the rattlesnake in a very specific way. Because that's where they're keeping all the eggs. No. No! Howdy, Johnny. How are you doing? What's your little badge there, Johnny? I see a little heart. It's sweet. What is it? I can't see it. What does it mean? Johnny! Bubba, come to me for cuddles. I don't even know the word stable. Got it for sharing a clip. Oh yeah, they have that promotion on at the moment. Johnny, Jinx, Bexy, Johnny! Okay, Joe and Knee. Discover. Not sure how. And not sure where. Where his baby sister is being kept. And then it was going to continue on from there. I have an overarching storyline, but I need to make up where the baby's being kept. But none of that matters because I'm still on chapter 2. Trek! Donkey! Fiona! Okay. So it's going to start with them waking up after the thunderstorm. The sandstorm. That's where we start. I'm very close to murder and hate right now, Bubba. No. We take deep breaths and we stay in control. My name's Johnny Artist Shrek. The artist, Johnny Shrekman. That's you. Oh, balls, have I been live for 20 minutes? I've been live for 5. Stop it. Okay, it's first person, isn't it? When I am Joe. Nose and eyes. They're already combining. Johnny is currently on a 7-stream streak. Congratulations, Johnny, on the week. 1 week, bish, woo! Congratulations on the week, and thank you for putting up with me for that long. Why are we always quarrelling here? Jude Gob artist. Clogged with sand. Full stop. Agony. Agni was still curled against my side. I felt a wave of relief when I felt her expand, and when I felt her inhale. She's breathing. I'm too irritated to focus on anything. That's fair, Bubba Dog. That's completely fair. Except for screaming and bitching about the world. But that's maybe what you need to do right now. And that's okay. The sandstorm winds had stopped whipping against my scaled back. Hyphen. It was over. The storm is over. I'm not limbo doctor. Hypothetically. You know what? I stand by that. I stand by that quote number 76. I don't have the energy to quarrel with family. That's fair, Bubba, because often quarreling with family leads to bigger arguments, and you don't need that right now. You do not need that right now. I wouldn't tell whether they did so. I wrap my scarf around my neck and face, pulling up the hood on my hoodie for good measure. I think I'm going to put despite my best efforts when I woke up. Because he did try and stop the sand from getting in. But I think this also gives a little futility to it. Look, Jinx is cooking. Good luck with the cooking, Jinx. What are you making? That bitching woman. No, that's my other channel. That's my podcast. Newt does like the silver foxes. I do. Lin Beifong could get this dong. Just saying. Arguing kills my energy. It's a huge draw of emotional energy that can make you feel so tired, Bubba. It's not worth it. Don't burn anything. Don't burn anything I wouldn't burn. Speak freely about my unrestrained love for him. Yeah, you can, Bubba Dog. You know what I was going to go after? I was going to have a look on the internet and see whether I could get, like, how many views or what numbers or statistics I needed to maybe get a sponsorship from, like, Waterman or a paper company. Wouldn't that be amazing? I think it's something for way down the line, though, but still. I'll advertise them. So, actually, does he have a shirt on? See, this is the things I don't keep track of. I know where the characters are, I know what their names are, but I can't remember if he's wearing a shirt. He's wearing a hoodie. He pulls the hood up on his hoodie. So I'm going to have that the hoodie's disintegrated against his back, and it's now useless. Sand ran off me in liquid-like. In a liquid-like. In something liquid-like. You could make a sponsorship effort. I could! You guys would use my codes, right? Thinking of statistics, I'm going to learn them. Good luck, Bubba Dog. No matter if he is not. 100% Bubba has a crush on Jinx. More than 100%. It's guaranteed. I have food. Let's go, Lady Begora. I would use your codes. Oh, Bexley. In a rush. I felt the at the back of my hoodie tear off of my scales. It was torn by the force of the storm. Correct answer, Bubba. See your natural statistics. Look, Bubba, if you have any statistical things, I can't guarantee the answers will be right, but we'll help you if you want. So I gotta up my math skills. Doesn't follow in the story. Is that smart? No! It's not smart! It's a dragon boy in the desert with his dragon. He's part dragon too. He's got scales. And he's going to find out that he can breathe fire in a bit, but we don't need to talk about that. Yeah, I'm proud of you for eating, Lady Megora. I think hubby has left the chat, but question from him. Do people mind having a Pokemon-related prompt on the wheel? Absolutely not. Go for it. It's actually not smart. Hit us, Bubba. Pexi, no! They breathe fire, and I'm unsure how to do it. Because I've had several ideas, because the fact that they share these abilities where he's become scaled like a dragon, and whether he's going to be able to breathe fire as well, or they can breathe fire but only one at a time, or it's like, I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I'm unsure how to do it. I want there to be fire breathing involved in some capacity, but I'm not sure how, and whether it's going to affect his ability to speak. My original idea was that he was so broken up by his mother dying that he breathes fire, burns down the rattlesnake and everything inside of it, and loses his ability to talk. Joe can't speak anymore, but he can communicate with Aggie through the brain because they're linked like that. That was the original idea, but I don't know if it's too gritty. Standard deviation or more difficult? I do not know English terms. That's okay. I'm still here. Christian! Woo! Language barrier here stands tall. No. But I don't know if that's too gritty, though. Because it's like, I don't know. And then Joe is the fire breather. And could be the only fire breather, because then it wouldn't make sense. No, it would make sense that Aggie could speak. They could both breathe fire. The tummy is in my tummy. Let's get to work. The tummy is in your tummy. Didn't really hit me. Oh, Christian. Yeah, what did you get? What did you eat? Yum, 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 yum. I still... Two. Oofed. I'm sure Newt has eaten a lot today, haven't you, Newt? I have eaten 2 crumpets. I have eaten a fish cake, a small tablespoon, the bigger one, of mashed potato, and some cucumber. Yum, 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 yum. That does sound yummy. Just a bun with bacon wrap burger. Ooh, Lady Magora, give me. I need tea. I've never really been into drinking tea, but I'd like to be. It's mad. Just upset they were going with Pokemon ZA, not Pokemon Zeta. It's inspired by France, and et is and, so it would be a play on words of Zay and A. Zeta. Zeta. Oh, Johnny, that would be so cool. So what is that for? Pokemon ZA? Nice buns. More I thought you were going to say you've eaten. There we go, Bexy! I also don't drink tea, but I wish I did. Luckily not a bun in the oven. So the reason... Okay, actually, the reason that the dragon eggs are at the facility is that they need heat to hatch. They need heat and to find their person to hatch. So just fire would destroy them. But what if I wrote it in that Joe gets so angry about the death of his mother, he breathes fire, he loses the ability to speak, but the fire forces the eggs to hatch and he becomes like a dragon king. He has many dragons, but Aggie is his dragon. Apart from the bubble tea, but that's different. DDM returns. Hey, Jinx. I love tea. Hi, Jinx. Mega Pokemon, but haven't announced any new ones. I don't really like new Pokemon. I know that sounds bad, but there's 151, and I like that there's 151. Z, damn A Americans. Maybe blushing. I'm nearly psychotic, fuck's sake. Guys, help! Pet section. Oh, is he on you? Is he so the little baby? Oh, look at the little baby. Oh boy, who's gonna... No, I know there are more, but of the original set, there's 151, isn't there? Unblocks eyes, ears, and nose. We looked. Your favorite Pokemon? I wish I was an Oshawott girl, but I'm not. I'm a Cyndaquil girl. Rowlet, good choice. Clodsire, great choice. Leafeon, brilliant. Lucario, excellent choices, guys. I was talking about the full art. I have it actually, if you guys want to see. I've got the full art Lechonk. I was talking about it in Swamp Witch's chat.
Monkey.
Monkey. I fail. Monkey. I was talking about it in Swamp Witch's chat. First of all, Swamp Witch didn't know that Lechonk was a Pokemon. And second of all, I have the full art and I love it. He's passed out from eating too much. You can't really see it, it's because it's so reflective. But look at him. He's eaten so much out of the dog bowl that he's sleepy. He's eepy. Monkey. Pale coming in with the monkey and the monkey. Thank you for those biddies and thank you for the quote. How are you today? You better help me. So Lechonk is taken a rapid jump up into maybe my top 10. Just because of this card. Remember this? Bing! Shaman is awesome. My favorite new Pokemon. You guys. Do we want to take a Pokemon break? We can take a Pokemon break, but we will have to do some writing at some point. I've written a few paragraphs. We're half hour in. I have to show you these. I don't think you realise who you're dealing with. I like 'em big. I like 'em chunky. Look. I like the Pokemon. Also, if you do a 3x3 binder, I don't like you. It's 2x2. Look at that Lapras card. It's so pretty. He chillin'. Pokemon card stream. Would you be down for that? Because I would be down for that. I need to save by a few pennies to actually buy the packs. I'll see how much I get paid this month. And then I'd be happy to open them and file them on stream with you, and we could just chat shit and talk about our favourite Pokemon. I miss Torterra and Giratina. Those are great choices too. No, I think I don't follow Pokemon Showdown anymore. Newt, I am nerd. You don't know who you're dealing with. But a few of these I like to try and get a base set before I do anything else. As in, I like to get the base ones. The special ones can wait. So the full art belongs to this set, but I haven't filed it because I just want to have it as just a thing. And this was 2017. I bought a lot of Wade packs for sure because I didn't get a lot of special ones. This is Sun and Moon base set. Like a lot of unopened. Yeah, but Bexy, that's money out of your pocket, and I don't know how comfortable I am with that. Best legendary, non-mythical, excluded, go. I wish I knew what categorized that. You talking fave? Pokemon Gyarados, excellent choice. But these are from the old... And I loved the Alolans. I kind of wish they didn't get rid of the Alolans, but obviously every set has to have its gimmick. And I only got one rainbow rare, which is actually, out of the amount of packets I bought, was not a great rate. I'd be happy to do a Pokemon stream. They're fun. Money left the pocket a long time ago that currently sat unopened and unused. Yeah, but then they could become worth some money in the time. Currently, I am only collecting Sun and Moon base set and Obsidian Flames, with Obsidian Flames taking front. Kyogre! Mew, Jiraki, Shaman are mythical. Oh, okay. Shaman. Shaman. I just remembered something. Ooh, tell me, Jinx. Baby NT, he was my first legendary, and I got an online gift in Sun Moon. Ooh. Gyarados is the true investment Pokemon. You have to deal with Magikarp, help it along, keep it going, keep working. It's the grinder's Pokemon. Exactly. Magikarp is the investment. I do like, as well, I mean, I like the classics, but I'm one of those strange people that likes the pre-evolutions. So, it's Bulbasaur for me over any of the Venusaurs and Ivysaurs. I just want a little Bulbasaur guy. And the Bulbasaur in Obsidian Flames and the Vulpix in Obsidian Flames are my dream cards. The Bulbasaur full art Obsidian Flames. I've already got the Houndour, but you guys, look at how cute this fucking card. Okay. I need it. I need it. I need it. But I have the rarest card in the pack, and I'm not happy because it's still not the card that I wanted. I don't know whether that makes me a weird collector or not. Look at it. Hang on, I'm getting it. Look at it! I really want that card. I really, really, really want that card. I'd put it with my Houndour and I'd put it in a little display. Shaman Choice Scarf lets my favourite Pokemon to use. Oh, nice. Mewtwo. Darkrai is also considered mythical. Oh, I have a shiny Darkrai. I have a few shiny Darkrai's. I kept pulling them. And I think all in all I've got about 5 hollow Darkrai's. That's a pseudo. Memory's working? Probably not. I believe he worked with first generation of Pokemon cards and still has some in his possession unopened. Interested? Abso-friggin-lutely, but they would be very expensive. That's when I stopped watching the show. Exactly, Pale. And I feel like 151 isn't enough to be getting on with. Pokédex says it's a legendary Pokemon. If I can tell you what it does. Arcanine isn't pseudo, sadly, but it is a legendary Pokemon. I do like Arcanine. The little animal friends to fight to the death in the ring. No. No! I'm a little collector. I want him happy on his little window. Look at him. I have to have this card. I have to have this card. That's the dream pull, anyway. If I were to open Obsidian Flames, that is the card that I would want to pull. Pidgeot! I know, they're all coming in the window! So, might be able to get you something. I mean, Jinx. But that's your favour to pull in, it's not mine. Don't do anything when you're not comfortable with. I'll say that. And if I were to accept cards from Bexy, I guess I'd have to set up a PO box, but I don't know how expensive that is. Everything is money. Does that annoy anyone else? Everything is money. I just want my pretty little Pokemon cards. Alright, back to writing in the writing stream. What colour are Aggie's eyes? It's bad that I'm forgetting my character's eyes, but I published it over a year ago. Oh, also, I won a writing competition. Well, not really. I won a runner-up in a writing competition for Cinder yesterday. And I'm kind of proud of myself, not gonna lie. We may have contacts, is all I can say. I have made the relevant authorities aware. Ash died in the first movie and everything is Pikachu making up the adventures. He'll know. It's because Ash changes a lot. But he's growing up. Back to maths. Cinder was/is so fucking good. Thank you, Bexy. Like, phenomenally good. Don't tell me that. It was just a little rewrite of Cinderella. She's a wobot. She's just a little wobot. But it was nice to get recognition for it, even like after a year. It's a long time ago I published that. Maybe 2 years. Same time thereabouts as Aggie and I. Yeah, Aggie and I was about a year ago. And then Cinder was 2 years ago. So it's wild that something I wrote 2 years ago got an award, but still. I will take it. Brown ran on its back. It had a long tail, red and spikes, 4 legs. I don't think I've said what Aggie's eye colour is. It's green in my head, but I might have put something different, so I want to keep. Let's Control F. Eyes. Joe's eyes are yellow. No, I've just said wide, curious eyes in the previous one. So Aggie doesn't have an eye colour, it's green. Shock of the sandstorm. Clear on our faces. Imbago. I'm sorry, what, Bubba? Imbago sishing noi teternicasur. Me too. Cinder was the first thing I read that you wrote. No way, Bexy. That's wild. And I was blown away. Oh. I'm going and not returning soon, written with closed eyes. That's okay, Bubba. Bubba speak. It's alright. I've been going and then I return. They didn't recognize me too, Bexy. Take care and get rest as soon as you can. Absolutely. Get some water, get some rest. Should we work on the foreword for the Fable book? You guys don't have to. I'm not going to stand here and be like, you guys write this for me. But if you do have something that you want to put, and then also put, if you want to be credited with your username or your name or anonymous, you let me know and I will put it on there. I've not forgotten about it, dude. Torterra and Giratina. Torterra is a big chunky boy who takes life slow and takes things in his stride. And Giratina, because it was the outcast. I still am to a degree. It looks intimidating, but it is actually a teddy bear. I don't know if I have it. I know there's a Torterra in the Sun and Moon base set. Torterra and Giratina. Do you know what type they are? I should know. No, it's your Book of Fables. I don't want it to be mentioned on it. No, I mean, like, to be, like, mentioned if you want to put something on there and then sign it as yourself. Or as a username, or as something else. I don't mind. Torterra, Leaf and Ground, Giratina, Ghost and Dragon. Oh, I don't know whether they'd put Ghost and Dragon. Leaf and Ground, though. Okay. Tell me if I miss it. Toracat. Toraco. It's probably in the orange section, to be honest. I thought there was a Torterra in here. Smash. I like all the squishy cute Pokemon. Ah, do you like Lechonk? I like Lechonk now. Lechonk makes me happy. Torterra, Leaf and Ground, Giratina, Ghost and Dragon. Torterra, because there's Terra in the name, it's making me think that it's going to be... Actually, there's Toedsacruel. Yes. The Giratina, maybe... Yeah, I feel like it would be here. I love the Houndours in this. There's 2 different Houndour cards. And I love them. I still don't know if it's Houndour or not. Houndour. But then this Houndoom one I don't like. I don't like this one. I could have sworn there was one in here. Well, we'll just have to find it. We're just gonna have to buy more packs. What a shame. Rayquaza because he's heckin' cool, but also because he's basically the guy who's constantly stepping between Kyogre and Groudon because they can't stop fighting each other. He's like, guys, really? And then lays them out. 4 words by Pale Rider, Nebulous, Opulence, Onomatopoeia, Tenebrous. Beautiful, Pale. I like that. 4 words. Instead of a forward. 4 words. They're squishy, cute Pokemons. Clear on our faces. It took a few, let's put, hours to get to shake the shock from our bones. The streak still lived, 190? I didn't spot that, Pale. Oh my goodness, well done. Stole it from Spike Milligan. Okay, fine. I won't make it say nude. I can't believe that's nearly 200. The writing and the continuation of my favourite series. This is good, Bexy. I'm glad. What do you think of the plan? I don't know what I'm going to choose about chapter 3 yet, but chapter 2 is all I'm writing. So I need to stop worrying about chapter 3. But I'm not sure what I'm going to have happen. I feel like Joe losing his ability to speak. I don't know. I don't know. I ripped. I ripped off what was left of my hoodie. With my back and head fully to the... What time of day is it? I haven't put what time of day it is. but it was light when he woke up. So I'm going to put early afternoon. Have an impact later down the line? Yes. Because, spoiler alert, this series pans several years. And when he does find his baby sister, he is significantly older. And he tries to call out to her. I had this whole plan in my head where he's significantly older. I still haven't planned... I've got to take my glasses off. That's how hard I'm thinking right now. He's significantly older. He's about late teens, early 20s. And he's been living in the desert with Aggie for a good few years as Aggie grows into a fully grown dragon. And he arrives at wherever they're keeping who they suspect could be dragon people. And that's why his sister's been taken, because he is a dragon person and it runs in genetics. Left the ground on Kyogre when they stepped to him. Like, Bestie, you were over and Bestie tries to get the drop on me. When Bestie was over last time, you two had a full-on wrestling match. Back. Hey, Johnny! Aw, Vale. That sounds amazing. So it's a few years down the line, and the plan was this. His sister is a dragon person. Still don't know what I'm going to call them, but she's a person who can bond with the dragon and has scales when the bond happens. And she ends up working with the man, the evil man in the dancing shoes, and becomes his bodyguard. I'm proud to say that I won that. Yeah, you did. Pack bond, exactly. Exactly. So it's like, so a early 20s Joe will meet his late teens sister, or early teens sister, both with fully grown dragons in the desert. And yeah, there's a resolution, but no spoilers, man. Blood pact, ritual pact. Yeah, exactly. After the bond has happened, because how it happened in the story is, Joe cuts his hand, and Aggie licks it, and from where she licked, it grows scales out of his skin. The greater good. And they have a choice. They have a choice to use the dragons and use the scales on the people to start a colony and infrastructure free from the confines of law in the desert, or to give the desert back to the free dragon people and the dragons. So blood pact. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if this is making any sense. But the overarching story will stop at the end of chapter 3, I think. Or at the end of chapter 4. And then there will be a big time skip. This is going to be so good. There'll be a big time skip. And Aggie will be big dragon. And Joe will be big scaly boy. And then they're going to go find the man in the dancing shoes, who I don't think I've given a name. He's just the man in the dancing shoes right now. Let's Control F shoes. Yeah, it's just the man in the dancing shoes. I'll reveal his name maybe end of chapter 2, start of chapter 3. That dancing man. He skips through life. And he's incredibly bitter. Because he had a... again, not sure what to call them. He had a dragon person parent, and it didn't pass on to him. And he's really bitter about it. Well, looks like I'm scaly now, so does that make you my partner in crime, or are you my lover? Because I totally don't want to smash a dragon. You furry! Does it count as a furry if it's you scaly? Absorbing the heat. Like a squib in Harry Potter, exactly. And so he wants to... He's still into the whole dragon thing. I went down this whole thing where he had this huge facility where he was going to try and alter his own genetics to make himself a dragon person. But because I've studied genetics, I just can't write fantasy about it. Like, he could use CRISPR to alter his genetics, but it wouldn't alter him on that much of a level, to be honest. You know, it would have to be that he would alter his baby to do that. Skips through life bitter. Sounds like trauma. Sounds like trauma. A scaly. I could genuinely just call them scalies. Scaly boys. But he's into it and he wants to use the dragons. He's always thought about utilizing the dragons for infrastructure and money making and all the evil corporate things that you can think of. And that's what he wants to do, and that's why he's hoarded all the eggs and stopped the natural progression. He's also a little bit older than he looks. Slaying dragons between the sheets with a very different weapon. Oh yeah. Blood that reacts with the lick, so no DNA changes happen, just changes form. But surely for that to be specific to a person, it has to be created by a DNA. Because a pre-existing chemical in the blood would be... The only way that would be specific to a person is if it was A, a stress gene, or B, an antibody.
You want to be broken by a dragon? I can. You might scream, though.
You might.
You okay with screaming?
You want to scream my name? Yeah, Jinx. Thank you for the biddies. I could see it being an antibody. Maybe an antibody passed down through breast milk. That's how it could come through family lines. But then a person would have to be exposed to a dragon blood. No, it would just be the dragon saliva. It would have to be exposed to the dragon saliva once per generation. And I haven't written it that Joe's mum has had any sort of exposure to dragons. Midichlorians? That's true. People have it or not, hence the dancing man didn't get it. Here's the thing. I'm writing about dragons. I'm writing about a boy who gets spontaneous scales all over his body. Why is it the genetic altering that's bothering me? In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't seem that unrealistic. But I was gonna have it that he tries to take... He tries to take, like, pints of blood from Joe's mum, which is what kills her. He tries to take pints and pints of blood from her to synthesize DNA. But I might just leave it sort of... Doesn't have to have an explanation. She's just died. She was weak anyway. She was really malnourished. He had bad eczema throughout his life, but all he needed was dragon spit. It could be, because a stress gene is something that's activated when the body is under significant stress. So it could be maybe that the dragons have a particular type of... This could be feasible in terms of biology. The dragons could have a certain type of venom in their spit, which would stress out a particular gene in the blood, which could cause thickening of the skin. That is actually feasible in biology. Dragon scales, not at all. But that could happen. Pass through transmissions of taking the enzyme, which triggers physical changes. Ooh, jinx, I like that. Screenshot. Screenshot. But then I mustn't lose sight of the entire plot here, which is the bond between Aggie and Joe, and also the end game, which I'm not going to say here because I'm spoiling everything right now. The almighty powerful deity of the Dragon King chooses whether each birth is worthy of the gene. Well, I'm not sure. I never thought about where it might come from. And what lines it goes down. So Joe is part of a line of people who have this gene that allows them to bond with dragons, but his mother and his grandmother and his grandmother's grandmother never came across any dragon eggs to trigger it. I can add another layer to this if you like. Yes, please. That's cool. Right, Johnny? That's cool. And he could... So he's going to sneak into the rattlesnake, so he could find these papers and read them to do with the studies. Viruses rewrite cells' DNA. They do, usually to force duplication of itself. So what about a virus that affects the skin cells, so it secretes keratin that hardens on contact with air? Smash. Smash. That's actually pretty cool. That it would be a virus from the dragon to the person. And... But then what does the virus do if it comes across someone who isn't a dragon person? Maybe that's what kills his mum. Maybe they tried to force a dragon on her only for her to become bloodsick because she can't bond in that way, and it is just a virus that goes through her. I'm free again! Racing over the keyboard. Let's go, Lady Megora! We love writing! Reminds me of Aragon a little. You can hate me. No, I don't hate you, Johnny. Aragon was very... And they did sort of... I mean, they did that sort of... Was it a blood bond with the circle on his hand where all the magic comes out? They did a blood bond on that too. You can force yeast to secrete things. I watched a guy that made a red widow silk. What, out of spider's silk? That's dope. That's a good idea, because I like that maybe... I like that maybe the villain's bloodsick too, but he has enough money to stave it off for many years. Because he's a lot older than you think he is. He's actually about 150. The villain. And he's doing it through all of his money and his utilization of dragons, basically. Because being a dragon person makes you live a bit longer. I need to do a page where I just do the villain and actually give him a name and write down his motivations. Because that's severely underdeveloped in this story. Alright. The main guy, the head honcho. Aggie. Villain. We need a villain name. Skin irritation and eczema-like symptoms unless the new host of the D enzyme has a specific genetic marker, which then triggers dragon psychological changes to the body, such as a scale-like texture or genuine scales, among other traits. However, such genetic markers are rare and only held by direct descendants of ancient dragon bloodlines. Yes. Yes, yes. Give me that. I love that a lot. But I need to know whether I need to think about whether I want it to make the person sick, because it could be a really interesting thing to make the villain sick. Start affecting other parts of your systems like blood vessels, hardening them by stopping being able to pass the molecules through. So it could have killed his mum, but it wouldn't kill the villain. Or wouldn't harm the villain. It would just give him eczema. Which is why he's so white. Because he puts on so much sun cream. This is all coming together. Let me pop that in. Okay. So they were hoping... So he was hoping that... There's something as well I wanted to write in about why he took the baby and lost interest in Joe. I mean, he's still interested in Joe, but there's something to do with the baby as well. So much E45 everywhere. He's so soft. He's so silky soft. Arden. Do we like Arden as the name? I'll write it. I'll write all name options and then we'll decide on one at the end. Second name too. Arden, I like... Joe's a fairly simple name, but I like that about him. What's a really, like, musical man's name? Hayden? Hendrix, Iggy, Zach, Harper. Octave, I suppose. That would be a very musical sounding name. Henderson, love that. Let's do second names down here. Fender. Blender. I like the second name Armstrong as well. Bardo, Bennett, Bing, Bo, Bobby, Bolton, Bono, Brooks, Bruce, Bruno, Buddy. Carmine I like. The porcelain trumpet. Vendor going on a vendor. Armitage Shanks. I love that pale. Daddy gets poorly because he tries to inject the enzyme. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So he's trying to... Because he wants to become one of them. I need to come up with a... So what I do is... Don't kill me, but I go to Google Translate. And I type in a literal interpretation of what I'm trying to say. So... scaled person, and then maybe transformation on the end of it. And then I put it into Latin. And then I'll put it into another language, usually Finnish, I like. Scalato. Heliomonos. He CRISPR'd it and he cocked it up. Ooh, pale. That's good because I studied CRISPR. I gotta show you guys my paper on CRISPR. Let me see if my name's on it first. Scroll up to my last message might help. Implanting the genetic markers and enzymes into an incomplete host causes extreme cases, physical illness, potentially leading to organ failure. And so that's what happened to both the mum and is happening to the villain. That could be good. Let me have a look. Oh god, yeah, I did a cytochrome B. I love the way I saved it. CRISPR-Cas essay due 5th of the 11th. CRISPR-Cas. Oh, you can see it in the background. Let me just window capture that out. So I studied CRISPR to... Oh no, it has my old student number on it, but that's it. You have permission to view my old student number. Doesn't mean anything now. Be assigned to another student now. Okay, let me show you. This is what I did for CRISPR back when I was at university. Oh no, that's the Fables. Can I have the... Can I just have the CRISPR though? Can I have the CRISPR essay? You see it? There it is. This is what I did. Really interested in bioengineering, but I have zero knowledge to back up the interest, and I find it really cool. If you want, I can send you some papers. So this is literally a paper that I wrote that just tells you what CRISPR is. And they said to write it as if you're talking to somebody that doesn't have a clue what CRISPR is. And so it's perfect for a beginner. If you want to have something to read, I can also send you videos. One of the best videos on CRISPR-Cas is Kurzgesagt. It's the German animation company. Fancy name and successful bonding. Dragon. Essay completum. Merge complete. Look, it's so cool. Listen, it's so cool, Bexy. You can look at this. Look at this. You know what CRISPR is? This is what it does. Oh, it's so cool. Okay. It's like you have the guide DNA on the 5 side. You have every bit of DNA has a 5 side and a 3 side. You can see it here. The 5 side and the 3 side, and then the 3 side and the 5 side, and that's what makes them, that's why they swell. And then it has a piece of guide RNA that it checks, and then if it finds something that doesn't match the guide RNA, it cuts it out and replaces it with the guide RNA. So it cuts out a piece of DNA. It cuts it out. It can eliminate genetic disease. Dragon Essence complete. Dragon Essence reject. Ooh, yes, I could have that on 2 different... I could have that on 2 different... Like, you could have that as a stamp next to the people's names on the papers that he finds in the rattlesnake. That's really cool. Doing a huge series and currently trying to get rat neurons to play Doom. Talk to me about it and I'll listen. Holy shit. Right, Bexy? It's so cool. And so you could technically upload a piece of target DNA that says, I don't know, let's do EDS. So you could have a piece of target DNA that says normal formation of collagen. You could then inject a person with CRISPR-Cas. We don't know how much. We don't know how to do it. We don't know if it will stay in the blood. We don't know. But you can inject them with CRISPR-Cas loaded up with the target DNA of normal collagen function, and theoretically it will go through every cell and replace the gene that is responsible for EDS with correct collagen function, curing it. Theoretically. I don't know if you can tell, but Newts is into this. No, it could be, oh my god, you could say, I've got a bit of cancer, and they could give you an injection at the GP. This is how amazing it could get if we can crack it. It is the next step. You could just say that. It's so cool. You could just, I'm a little bit sick on a genetic level, and they could be like, oh, there you go. It could literally change the world. And it's already been successful, but only in babies and only illegally in China. The enthusiasm is infectious. Thank you. Just excited about something in its autumn. Oh, look, it's so cool. I studied this. And look. The application in CRISPR-Cas9 in an invertebrate. It's already done. southern house mosquitoes, which were altered using CRISPR-Cas. This involved, you don't need to know about this, this is all for my teacher, a marker gene encoding a fluorescent protein, so you could see that it was working because they glowed in the dark when they were treated. And then you don't need to know about this. And then this was to make the gene editing visible within the bodies of the mosquitoes, but resulted in loss of eye pigmentation. Whoops. This resulted in a new strand of DNA, which included the fluorescent marker gene. Look, they're glowing because it was taken out. We took out a disease from a mosquito. We took it out. Can we do that with people, please? Is there a way we can get involved in this? Thing is, it's not being funded. It's not being funded. Well, it's not being funded as much as it should be. I think there has been a breakthrough recently. There's been a breakthrough in something. Oh, was that 2013? And CRISPR-Cas is the way that bacteria, which compared to viruses is big, bacteria defend against viruses. Yes. There's been a breakthrough with sickle cell disease. There we go. So it's not in a person, but CRISPR has now been used to edit a gene in a human patient's bone marrow stem cells so that the body produces functioning hemoglobin. The blood stem cells were removed from the patient and then edited in a laboratory, but still, is that not amazing? That happened in 2023. Fears my genetics are failing me. Drugs, please. The thing is, how do we get it through as like, how do we know that it's going to go into every cell? It's all very well and good taking 20 cells and making sure that they all get a dose of CRISPR. But how are you going to do it so that you inject the patient? Like, how are you going to make it easy enough to do that? I don't know. I just know about the genetic level. Can I do this for a job? I guess, if you want to go into a laboratory. Is there a way we can get involved in this, Nude? I mean, fuck it, I said what I said. This is huge progress. Exactly! It's so cool. And the fact that we've proved it in invertebrate. Cure all or pointless? Look at me. Being my little... There we go. This, amygdalosis, rare and often fatal progressive condition which causes a buildup of harmful, misshapen protein deposits in essential organs. These proteins saw an average decrease of 87% when treated with CRISPR-Cas. But we take it out the patient first. We never put it into a patient. Next up as well, organ cloning and organ 3D printing. Biolabs the ADHD. Do you know how happy I'd be? Because CRISPR, I've done CRISPR. That's the wild part, is it's ridiculously simple. You take out the CRISPR-Cas line from bacteria by dissolving everything else, because we have a substance that will dissolve everything else. And then you inject it. And I did CRISPR on antibiotic-resistant E. coli to alter it. I've done CRISPR. You can do it. Anyone with a basic laboratory can do it. Be able to maintain it and be able to multiply using the engineered part. But then where does it stop? Would that person be a CRISPR person then? Because I think the ideal is that you would do it and have a temporary injection that would last a while, and then you'd go get another one, so that the CRISPR cells aren't hanging around, because surely the CRISPR cells would be detected by your system. None of this takes into account the human immune system, which is incredibly complex. You can never change all cells manually, exactly, which is what we're doing in laboratories. We've done proof of concept, but now we need to do more things like this, multi-celled organisms. Yeah, Biolab. Make me Superman! No, wait, better idea. Cure IBS! You know what? That's a good idea. Yeah, interfering with cancer-causing genes, activating or replacing tumor-suppressing genes, boosting chemotherapy resistance genes. You could just have you could go for cancer treatment and you could get an injection that helps with all of it. It might not cure it yet, but it would help with all of it. You wouldn't have to feel so sick on the chemotherapy. Altering metabolism-related genes to starve tumors and a suppression of cancer stem cell-related genes to reduce initiation, progression, reoccurrence, and therapeutic resistance of cancer cells. Oh, it could be amazing. I wish we would fund it. Yeah, Cas9 effector-based COVID-19 diagnostic tool was developed. It helped us fight COVID. How that disappear after a time? That's your cells disappearing. And what if your body rejects slash fights it? So because we've done it in invertebrates, they have an immune system and they didn't detect it, but it's nowhere near as complex. One of the reasons that humans are at the top and mammals are at the top of everything on Earth is because our immune system is ridiculously complex. All good, Jinx. Have a good movie night. Sorry for talking your ear off about Cas19. CRISPR-Cas9. COVID-19. Starting my stream super early, like 10 a.m. Oh, you're streaming tomorrow? Oh, nice. Oh, what a smash. I'll be with... No, I won't. I might be in there tomorrow. You'll see me if you see me. Good luck. Super babies? Look, it's cheap. And where do we stop? Do we make super babies? Anyway, but in terms of curing genetic disease, CRISPR-Cas. Anyway, this is what I did at school, at uni. Did I have my lab report? All right, hang on. Let me just take this off real quick, so that I don't flash you my name and everyone else's name. Oh my god. Did I save my research project to anything? Probably. Oh god, my files are a mess. My files are an actual mess. Right, Bexy? Right? Let's make super babies together. The thing is, here's the great thing. So it could be that CRISPR is only a thing that we can do for babies, but still amazing. But you could take the gametes, you could take the egg and the sperm, you could give them a CRISPR treatment, and then the baby would be fine. CRISPR wouldn't exist in their blood or their cells after the treatment. And doing that is so easy because it's one cell. Considering I already know it. I'm going through some of my work right now. It's actually wild what I used to do. I still can't find my research project though, not the complete one. I can find bits of it. You know when you do research project part 1, draft 1, part 2, draft 1, part 3, draft 7. I can find all of those, but I can't find my thing. It's my plate layout. Oh yeah, this was part of a thing. I'm fully distracted now. I hope you realize that. Oh my god, this could be fun. When this takes off, knowing you're part of it is huge. Listen, I just know how it works, but you know. The words don't want to come again. Oh no! So this is what... Oh, no, this is the maths. This might actually be simpler to show you. So this is the maths that I did for my research project. And so I was looking for an expression of a gene, a relative expression of a gene, a stress-activated gene that makes leaves on ash trees more oily in response to a fungal infection called ash dieback. I found a good correlation. I didn't prove anything, though. Not the spreadsheets. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I went deep. This was a lot of maths that I still don't understand. But this is the KCS6 gene. CT and actin-2. All actin-2 is a gene that's used as a... it's a gene that all cells have and is the best one to use as a marker of whether your primers are duplicating themselves, which mine did. And so that's was like the, what do you call it? The control variable. This one's the control variable. Now you're speaking my language. Look, I would love to share this all with you someday. I find it very cool. And that's why I studied it. I found it very cool. There's one other thing that I'll show you that you might find interesting. Which was in... This was cytochrome B. So there's a genetic database that anyone can access. And this is a piece of work that I did. And this is what... The work that I did on this earned me a 90%. It was the best mark I've ever gotten. Spreadsheets with note. Literally foreplay. Look, I'm glad you're enjoying it. There's nothing to do with writing right now. But this is... cytochrome B is just a location on a genetic marker. Don't worry about it. And it's used to classify avian species using phylogenetic tree software. Don't worry about bootstrap values. But ignore. There they are. So there is a genetic database that you can access and you can make graphs out of, and you can track species back. You can track humanity to its common ancestor on it. 90%. Drained out today. All good, Johnny. Another teacher collapsed and had 2 children needed to be physically restrained / moved. Oh my god, Johnny. That sounds like an intense day. Oh my goodness, Johnny, thank you so much for that subscription with Prime and for subscribing for 2 months. That's so amazing. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry you had a bad day. I'm really sorry you had a bad day. And thank you so much. That means a lot. Gotta love being a SEN teacher, for real. And this is the gene. So you know it has the genes where it's like the FASTA format. Where it's the A, T, G, C values in a certain order. I did those too. Night, everyone. All good, Johnny. I'll see you later. Job makes such a difference. Abso-friggin-lutely it does. So you can make these at home, which is wild to me. I find them fascinating. So all of these species are from a sequenced individual, and you can trace them back and relate them to other individuals. It's like making one big genetic family tree, but for animals. And we only just sequenced the human one last year. Night, Johnny. Night! We love you, Johnny. Have a good sleep. Thought Emporium link. Do you think the creature will be able to jump high? So high. I used to work with goats. Yeah, goats can jump. So this is 2 different... So to zoom in on this. This is 2 different ones of Jinx torquila mitochondrion complete genome. Related. And then take that back, common ancestor with this one that has been sequenced and this one that has been sequenced. And there's a common ancestor there. And then you would take that back, common ancestor with these 2. It's really cool. And then you trace it all the way back to the possibility that they could all have one common ancestor, which would be right here. Which is how they, you know, when they dig something up and they'll say, it's our common ancestor and we know through genetic testing. This is what they use. This is what they do. They will take a sequence of a human that's living today and the sequence that they managed to synthesize from the random bone that they found in the ground, and then they would do one of these trees. And the bootstrap values apply a number, so you see the numbers here. The number is a percentage of certainty that they're related. So you see how as it goes back, it gets less certain that they're related. Anyway, that's been your genetic talk for today. I like the idea of CRISPR being a part of the story. Actions. CRISPR-Cas9 experiments. Which could absolutely be a thing in the future. The good Sarah from Facebook is like, evolution doesn't exist. And people listen to Sarah from Facebook. They don't listen to us. It's called the NCBI. I would recommend having a look at the NCBI if you want to have just a fun night of being really nerdy. You can have a look at ncbi.gov. It's brilliant. National Library of Medicine. It's just... And the fact that all genetic sequencing is made available to the public and nobody knows how much power that has. I could genetically sequence some sort of crazy thing with any laboratory. I could do that. Don't let me do it. The role of fawn satyr could be being chased from hunting dogs in medieval forest, just in a pond. Other ideas. Ooh. Jumping a pod. Mm-hmm. When you ask Sarah for proof, she sends quote from the Bible and blocks you. Do it. No. It's okay. You give me a good amount of editable gametes from any animal. You give me some sort of thing to grow them in. We do have false wombs now. I wonder if someone's tried CRISPR with an egg. As in like a chicken egg. Because that would be incredibly easy to edit. Because you can take a chicken egg out of the egg. Targeted mutagenesis in chicken egg using CRISPR-Cas. Someone's done it in 2016. That's crazy. That's crazy. They fully edited the chicken body. Because then if everybody just let the regular chickens die out and then had CRISPR chickens, no bird flu. No bird flu. Right? Because you can take an egg out of the thing and incubate it. Run down a stream and downwind from the dogs. Mm-hmm. Best if it's a fast, shallow stream. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to do some reading because CRISPR-Cas, it looks like it's advanced a lot since I was at uni, and that's only a few years. The sickle cell one's really significant. Because it would mean that we'd have to do a bone injection on someone, but still. And advances in delivery methods. Here we go. So as in delivering to a person, LNPs, liposome nanoparticles, can package larger genetic sequences and target specific issues. Enveloped delivery vehicles can deliver genome editing tools directly into cells. They sound like literal vans. That's interesting. EDVs, envelope delivery vehicles, can get it directly into cells. You remove so many diseases from animals. Mm-hmm. And it would start with animals, but then it would go to humans. It's the same way we're still doing gene-edited plants. It started with the pear disease that destroyed those mangoes. Was it mangoes? There was a pear disease that completely destroyed the mango industry once, and it's all been replaced. All the mango trees have been replaced with genetically edited ones, and it saved the industry. It's a big annex because Newt is getting so excited about it. This is awesome. I will have to write at some point. But yeah, like, so, you know, we do stem cell therapy. We can CRISPR those stem cells before we inject them. So it's gonna happen. It just needs some funding. CRISPR-Cas funding. Let's look it up. UK. The UK has received funding for CRISPR research from the BBSRC, don't know what that is, DBA UK, and the NHS. That's nice. Ooh, provided target gene knockouts for free to UK researchers. Interesting. Okay, the most exciting funding there is the NHS. Negotiated a deal with Vertex to provide fast-tracked access to Casgevy, a CRISPR-based gene therapy for patients with sickle cell disease. Yeah. So the most exciting first thing that's going to come through for the UK is the NHS-funded sickle cell disease treatment. Sorry, I will tone down. Never. Please never do. Please never do. And this it started in November 2023. So it's had a full year and a bit. Casgevy. The world's first CRISPR therapy. The UK has approved a new type of gene therapy. We approved it! So it will happen. Let me copy and paste that into chat because that's quite interesting and I'm not going to do it justice. But if you guys, look, if you guys ever need help understanding this, or if you want to go into it, or if you have any homework, you just let me know. Lexi, never! CRISPR-Cas experiments looking to... So presumably there's some made up... I'm going to put it to stress gene in response to a virus that the dragons carry, because that's feasible. Experiments to alter someone's DNA to make them compatible with dragons. I know just enough to know it could be very dangerous and also very cool. Absolutely. It's it has huge potential for disease treatment. I don't think in the UK it will ever go to super babies. I think there's a risk of it if people started to figure out how easy it is to do on your own. But I don't think it will ever go to super babies. I think there will be tight regulations on that. But I would be hard pressed to believe that the richest among us would not use CRISPR-Cas to alter their babies to be pretty, or to have a certain eye colour, or to have increased muscle mass, or everything else, you know? Everyone has a price. And there'll be some person who understands CRISPR who would be able to do that for $1 trillion and then live a very comfortable life. Some way, and so far I haven't done so, and I absolutely love to be a part of this. Or have a look at the projects that are going on, because a lot of CRISPR is just if you don't want to do too much thinking sort of thing, if you don't want to be a researcher, a lot of it is using these syringes to pick up the CRISPR cells and put them in another cell. You can do that. There's a level for everyone. You don't have to be like, you don't have to have a degree to do this, you know? It would get out of control. Eugenics was right. How do I do this? I don't know. I guess get involved with the companies. Look at that. Fetal hemoglobin is the version expressed in utero before birth. In most people, expression of the fetal version is turned down and the non-fetal version is turned on when they are a baby. And that is the crucial time that sickle cell can be tackled. Yeah, you can load the cassettes. Technically, I have a biology A level. Yeah, you'd be so happy loading the sets and doing PCRs, Bexy. You can absolutely do that. You'd be, I mean, you're smart enough to do the research. It's whether or not they'd let you do it is the question. I don't want to be patronizing. You're absolutely smart enough to do the research. It's whether or not they're gonna have things on that and they're gonna appoint some awful professor. Gene editing and that kind of stuff. I got biology GCSE. You'd be quite happy doing the cassettes as well. CRISPR jobs UK. Let's have a look. Senior Scientific Associate, Preclinical Genome Editing Facility, 24 months fixed term, University of Cambridge. Bioinformatician. How are you with statistics, both of you? A lot of it's statistical work. I struggle with statistics. I would not get a job in statistics. I would be incredibly unhappy. 70,000 a year. Woo! Don't mind if I do. So, research assistant at University College London. Neuromuscular disease CRISPR research. You must have an MSc in neuroscience, biomedical sciences, or a related discipline. Okay. What would be a step? Research assistant, I guess the bit below that would be a laboratory assistant. I mean, there's a lot of repetitive tasks, but I would go for a laboratory assistant over a research assistant because I don't like to think when I'm at work. Excel is your friend. Okay, Pale. Maths at A-level, ace the statistics, but did shit and everything else. Guys, we could make an excellent laboratory. I hate statistics. You love them. Okay, I don't have that. That's okay. That's okay. We'll find something. This looks good. Oh, this is nice. It's Denmark, Italy, Germany, the Netherlands. But this is a nice website. Norway, Italy, Israel, Germany. They're doing CRISPR everywhere. Well, there's the laboratory for it everywhere. It's probably just one room in some places. Senior research. Senior. See that? Gene editing language model. Mm-hmm. So I guess you wouldn't look by type of research that's going on in the laboratory. You would be laboratory assistant to a CRISPR lab. What's wrong with the Nothing's wrong with the Netherlands. I just assumed that Pale and Bexy weren't ready to move there. Employ both and make super babies. Yeah, I'd be so happy. Haven't been fully listening. That's okay. It's very sciencey in here right now. It's a two of you, but Yeah, there's a lot of, like, senior professor research assistant must have 7 PhDs. Like, come on. So, yeah, senior research associate is going at orthoBiotherapeutics. So you would get a job at orthoBiotherapeutics rather than that job in that lab. Because the more specific it gets, the higher the requirements. And then there is room for progression, absolutely. Because you work your way through a lab, as I understand it. You go from basically being a cleaner in the laboratory all the way up to being a doctor. Get your butts over here now! No, I'm fertile as hell. I'm as fertile as they come. It's interesting, though, that there are things going. Stem cell technician! Oh, that would be cool. That's in Manchester. Stem cell technician. I mean, this is pretty much what I did my degree on. Entry-level position full-time. Do I want to live in Manchester, though? I always look at Oxford University jobs because I'm fairly close to their laboratories. I'm not close, but, you know, close enough. But have a look, go to your nearest city and go laboratory jobs, and then look at what the laboratory is doing. That's how you would get into it, I think. But I'm glad you guys are as enthused about it as I am, because I bore people to death with it. People hate me talking about it, but it's so interesting. So... What gene is he trying to edit? What's a stress gene that causes skin buildup in humans? Brain-skin connections. How to be thick-skinned. Genetic disorders of skin and nail. What are the keratin genes called? There are 18 keratin genes. That's mad that there's 18 genes that make you have hair and nails. That's wild. Oh, never mind. Human has 27 of 28 type 1 acidic keratin genes clustered at chromosome 17q21. 2 and all 26 type 2 basic keratin gene clustered at chromosome 12q13. Mouse has 27 of 28 type 1 keratin genes clustered on chromosome 11 and all 26 type 2. Okay. We're actually missing a keratin gene. Why are we missing a keratin gene? I'll be happy with my assistance, however. I mean... Is that another degree? Not sure my wallet would like me. Hey, but if it's something that really fires you up, it will be worth it. Wait, what? Wait, what? X to the power of X times by X? If X equals 0, it works. Did I say pale today? X is supposed to be infinity, actually. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's write it in that there's a missing keratin gene. Trying to find. That's very convenient for my fictional story that there's a missing keratin gene in humans. Keratin. What is the 28th keratin gene? Acidic. It's 162605, KRT 28, keratin 28. We're missing it, which is wild. It's an immediate filament protein. Oh my god, it's a skin type too! Are dragons real? Did I just make them real? No way! That's wild! With extra keratin gene give us a shell? So by looking at it, it's a filament structural protein initializer, which composed the cytoskeleton of epithelial cells. So we'd have thicker cells. Not sure what that would mean. I'm on NCBI right now. Very similar in maths. And it's wild that they are pale. Equal plus infinity. Bubba, you're already going above what I did. I did dilutions. So he's looking for... This doesn't have to make sense because I'm literally writing about dragons, but I'm going to make it make sense. KRT 28. Which is activated in some by dragons. How long have I been waffling on? Been on for 2 hours. Oh, forget it. How long have I just talked about CRISPR? What a nerd. What an absolute nerd. Oh, it's found in adrenal cells and lung cells. Could explain the fire breathing with the lung cells. But, adrenal could mean stress as well. 2 samples found in adrenal and lungs. But that could just be because there haven't been too many samples. 35 human fetal samples from 6 tissues. So there's 6 samples that have found the gene should be present in adrenal and lung cells, but is not. Or perhaps some have it. It's not waffling, it's gushing, and we love it. What's the difference? I don't English that well. Hang on. I hate mathematical sequences. What does the equation equal in your homework? Is it x square root x? Or is it x root x? The difference is... I actually don't know the difference. I can't tell the difference. Lots in blocked hair follicles and skin pores. Mm-hmm. Add an additional gene that might not have that effect. So it looks like it's been phased out. So we used to have more keratin cells around our adrenal glands and our lungs. It could be just that our lungs have changed composition with evolution. Just that it might not mean anything. There's 27 others that are producing our hair and our nails and everything else. It could be as simple as he can't get a damn needle into the skin of someone who's already been transformed by a dragon. With some but made himself sick. So he could have maybe altered his keratin so he doesn't have fingernails or hair. I don't think I've written him with hair. Stealing their DNA to clone them. Would people stop that? Inject it into themselves. This is true. It would stop that. Or it could be that once they become cold-blooded, the gene is set. What gene causes scales in reptiles? Don't just give me keratin gene. I need more specific than that. Are you kidding me? Some idiot scientist has called it the Sonic the Hedgehog gene. It's called the SHA-B-catin. Someone's called it the Sonic the Hedgehog gene! Someone stop them! Oh, for goodness sake. The Sonic Hedgehog SHH gene is involved in skin patterning and the early development of scales in reptiles. Somebody called it the sonic... I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Look it up. Speaking about things you're passionate about, which is so amazing and attractive to hear. Bexy! Yes, Sonic. Who did that? I have the CTNNB1 as well, and EDAR, and BMP, bone morphogenic protein. Do you know, it's wild that that's even a sentence. Several studies have shown that the conserved signaling pathways evidenced by the expression of the sonic hedgehog gene are involved in skin patternings and early morphogenesis of all amniote skin appendages. Am I going to have to write Sonic the Hedgehog? Bayo! No worries, Lady Megora, but I'll let you know if it's going to be a yes or no. No worries. I'll be around. So, trying to find KRT28, which is also the fucking hedgehog gene. Who named it that? They've gone mad with power. Okay, cool. An epidermal thickening with columnar cells exhibiting a reduced proliferation rate. Typical spatial expression of blah, 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 blah. All these fancy words to say that birds and reptiles are related. Thanks, man. All right. I'll pick some of those genes. SHH. Sonic the bloody Hedgehog gene. I'm gonna find that scientist. And I'm either gonna wring his neck or give him a big kiss. Theoretically, you could do this. Microsoft Flight Simulator is woke. Oh god. You know the whole woke games list? I don't. What's the woke games list? Baldur's Gate is so funny. Is it? Baldur's Gate's woke. You know, but most people are woke. Most people are just... I feel like woke is a word for having compassion these days. Some even have pronouns in. Oh my god, pronouns? I remember I watched a debate recently where the guy was like, I don't have pronouns. And the person started calling the guy a she. To catch him out. It's so funny. Okay, I will. I'll put that on my list of things to do. Caused dysfunction of his own keratin, giving him sensitive skin. Fairly sure keratin gives you eye colour too, but we don't need to think about that. Sensitive skin, sensitive eyes. No hair. And if I've written him with hair before, it's a wig. No hair, no nails, creepily. All Assassin's Creed games are woke. Absolutely, go for it, Bubby. You can put it in general, I don't mind. Traffic light colours for the wokeness rating. That's hilarious. What other systems What does keratin do in the human body? Protection. The skin. Keratin helps make skin, hair, and nails stronger and more resilient. Slow wound repair he would have. If he had dysfunctional keratin. Helps regulate the size of cells and allows cells to move, grow, and divide. If your body doesn't produce enough keratin, your hair, nails, and skin may be affected. They may become brittle, less shiny, grow more slowly. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Red, it'll turn you around gay/trans because that's what video games do. We all become superiors once the new Spider-Man video game was released. I don't know about you, but when I watched God of War, I grew a beard. I grew a fancy beard. Sent 4 that I found hilarious. Gimme, 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 gimme. Sorry for talking your ear off about this. About the genetics. Euro Truck Simulator. Oh, what did you do? Yeah, I could see them not liking Wally. Overtly pro-climate Aren't we all pro-climate as humans? Do we not want a climate to live in? And they call us the sensitive ones. Subtly pro-LGBTQ messaging. Uses unlabeled presets during character customization, despite white males being 90% of pilots. They want more white male representation? Highlighting potential negative environmental impacts for the sport. Cause the player poison to the earth. Well, I'm sorry if you like golf, but I'm not pro-golf course. I'm a raging psychopath after GTA. It's awesome that we love it. Thank you, Pale. Sorry for talking so passionate about things I care about. Well, I'm sorry. Slightly woke. Euro Truck Simulator, not Euro Truck. How dare they make it fair? Okay. So we're gonna call him... Oh, we can't call him Arden Armstrong. Carmine Henderson. Carmine Armstrong. Arden Henderson. Carmine. I'm kind of feeling Carmine Henderson. Just Mr. Henderson a lot of the time. I thought being against golf is well. Fuck golf. The thing is, I could be pro golf if it was like they had a first of all, they shortened the bloody courses, because there's no reason you should have... It's not a mark of skill. The first shot is not a mark of skill, it's a mark of strength. And you can measure strength in different ways. If you can hit a ball, you know, 100 meters up a field, you can do that anyways. Shorten it, make it a bit bigger than mini golf. You can fit a lot more in one section. That's fine. That's the biggest thing. But also, if you're going to build a golf course, make it sustainable, and also make it that it's part of the ecosystem, not against the ecosystem. Because the way they build golf courses, you may as well slab it over with concrete in terms of wildlife. There's nothing they can do with that grass. I know that it's green, and I know that it's pretty, but it's not very biodiverse. Put it in Europe. We all know US is the only country in the world. It is the best. Professor oh, sorry. Even better. I don't think Professor has 2 Fs. I mean, pro golf, crazy golf on steroids. No, for real. The whole thing is, if you want to call it a sport, that's fine. But then do it indoors. And then they throw their hats off. Actually had to dodge an in real life windmill. I could watch it. There is an American Truck Simulator, is there actually? Oh, they had to have a separate game. Oh, those precious little snowflakes. Okay, so we have our villain. That's brilliant. Okay. So I sniffed the air. All traces of the I'm just gonna add more description there. Sometimes I just do that when I need to move on with the story. Started off as a mod and then the creators of ETS decided to do it. Of course they did. Lordy Miss Maudie, Great Fires of London. Lost in the desert. And then they're gonna have to eat something. They haven't eaten in a day and a bit. Desert. What do snakes eat? Lizards, small mammals, and birds. Kangaroo rats, they look cool. Kangaroo rats. Okay. I'm gonna put a note here. I'm gonna put a note for myself. Perhaps insert hunt and food here. Because he brought yams with him, but I don't think they made it through. As the sun began to set, my scales cooled and Agni looked for a place for us to rest. More woke games in Discord. House Flipper 2. I mean, who cares? Contains overtly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging, pronoun selection, including an option for they, them. Uses unlabeled presets instead of a clear male-female distinction. To the library! Welcome to the library! I don't see your name, but welcome to the library. We're very lucky to have you. Contains overtly pro-DEI messaging. One of the opening screens is a diversity disclaimer. This... Wait, Assassin's Creed Unity? Come on. Need for Speed Payback? No way. The Sims 4. Yeah, I can see The Sims 4 messing with people. I'm off to bed. All good, Lady Magora. I hope you enjoyed your writing. Always remember, Sante Sana, squash banana. Beautiful, Lady Magora. Thank you for being here. I did not see who follow. I shout out who follow. Who follow? Chips, welcome on in to the library. We might have to dig another hole to sleep in. More woke! Even more woke! Wait, you mean more woke is in Discord or the more woke? Oh, more woke in Discord. Room of depression. Features a story. I'm sorry, is depression woke? Improbably diverse NPCs. Really? Many people of colour NPCs having unnatural hair colours such as blonde or red. Look, they can't dye it. Dave the Diver, woke. The sushi chef is black. What? The children on the stairs block features... On the stairs block features a white boy with a black girl. What, next to each other? Come on! Why are people so mad about this? We might have to dig another hole to sleep in, she said sadly. That's okay. He's a little numb at this point. It's okay, I replied numbly. So... And then I'm going to do a little recap here. Recap of Joe's experience. Oh, Tay with the 3-stream streak. It's definitely more than that. Giving you all the show for free with no ad breaks. Oh my goodness. Streak away, Tay. How are you? I love that fat guy can swim is considered woke. The size of Dave the Diver. The scuba diving is his profession. Yeah. What do you think? Seals can't swim? They're big. They're big boys. Being sexy and badass as hell. Anti-male. They reduced her boob size, Bexy. If you dive as a fat man, you are what? Whoa. Okay, so as I lay down to sleep, pray my soul to keep, try and sleep. I felt a vibration through the sand on my scales. So he's gonna feel the truck convoy coming. His powers are developing, and then they're gonna see the headlights in the distance. Testing, as my chats aren't going through. Oh, hi. Well, we saw testing, and we saw that you were streaking, which is the important part anyway, Tay. Don't ask for preferred pronouns and refer to the character as they, them. So I'm writing it's a personal project. Maybe someday it will be published. But I'd only go through the traditional methods. Anyway, I'm writing a book at the moment. And one of my characters, Quinn, is they, them. And what's really nice is in conversation, there's two main characters that are both women. And it's really nice to be able to say they said as determining the character. And it's nice, I think maybe at some point authors will like to have that. Because I understand that it's multiple and that some people get pissed off about that. But saying something like, I did this, they said, clearly isn't all the people in the room saying, I did this. You know? And I've enjoyed writing a they-them character. Take my hand, we're off to Never Neverland. Do 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 do. I can hear it in my head. Do 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 do. I learned to drum that. Lots and lots of the big drum. They wanted to ask their pronouns. Sort of migraine alert. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing so well. Oh, you need a rest, Bubba. You need to sleep. I love it, Nick. Good. I agree. Right? No rizzing, just dropping truths. You'd streak for me, for little old meal. Get confusing with the same pronouns when it's two characters and the same pronouns interacting too. Yeah, and you have to start referring to them by like their hair color or they said to this person, which gets even more confusing. Having a they pronoun is so refreshing. Yeah, I found it to be refreshing. I understand also that there's a proper way to do it. And I get why writers feel annoyed because they is the multiple as well. But there is a way to do it that is clearly a they, them speaking and not the conglomerate of people speaking. It's hogging the shower. No, you need a rest. Assuming it was a. Assuming it was just a mouse on the ground, I rearranged my scaled head and tried to find some semblance of comfort in the sands. My fucking head pains. Have you got some paracetamol, Bubba? You know, the little painkiller, paracetamol. Interjecting in speech descriptions about the change in tone from that person. Yes, exactly. You can say their tone said, they said, or their tone changed. I know what you mean, but I can't find an example in my head. Fuck. I know what you mean. Fucking beyond human comprehension. How far are you through it, percentage-wise? It felt like a roar on my skin. I sat upright. X's voice lowered and increased in intensity. Ooh, yes, Pale. And that's how you get away with saying their name again? Not in the bijinks way. Not homework, studying. Okay, fair. 10% ready, 99% ready to give up. Oh, Bubba. I noticed in a lot of urban fantasy, modern paranormal genre at least, the authors seem to make sure to give important protagonists and antagonists nicknames that they drop in those places of pronouns. A lot of times when confusing pronouns could happen from multiple characters together. Yeah, I've given my secondary main character a nickname. Just, yeah, because it's 3 letters long, which is as big as she. So I can say that they said that. But at the moment, the nickname is exclusive to one person, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Oh, g'day, person texting me. Or is it Bestie about Saturday? Saturday, Bestie's come around and we're going to order a Chinese. I'm actually so excited. I am. There we go. Do. Rehearsal tomorrow and I still did not practice. Fuck. Oh no. What are you rehearsing? Music? Name's blank. Not said who is speaking. For example, in the exchange between the pirate captain and the guard sergeant in the market prompt, a deal with the devil. Better the devil you know. Better the devil you can trust. Okay. Hi, Chips. I saw you follow. How are you? I'm sorry if I missed your any messages earlier. I've been keeping up with chat. Are appearing in literature as they should. They have a place in literature. I'm good. As we're speaking of pronoun, Chips, what are yours? What would you prefer to be referred to as? Just Chip. I'll call you Chip. You can't tell he said what, but it still kind of works. And also, I think as time moves on as you write, you can tell who's saying what. I've established my main character as someone who cracks jokes quite often, and my secondary character is someone who's quite serious. And so you know that my secondary character is not going to make a pun. It's just not in her character. Jimi Hendrix. Any is fine. All good, Chips. You happy to be called Chips? Yo, Chip! Gender fluid smut. Hard without inspiration fueling it now. I am the inspiration, Tay. There is a plugin you can use for Twitch. No way, Pale. A pronouns plugin. Sure, lovely. Well, welcome on in. That's a very clever way to do it. Thank you. Called Twitch chat pronouns. What are you writing? I'm writing a continuation of a short story that I started over a year ago. So we do prompts here every Thursday. We do writing club. Usually 6 till 9, but I started at 6:30, so it would be 6:30 till 9:30 today. And you've joined on a bit of an odd one, because in the end of the month, the end Thursday of every month, we do all the prompts from the month. So Storm, Fawn, and Deep Sea Creature have been our 3 Thursdays this month. So the story I'm working on is Storm. I picked up an old story and wrote about a sandstorm, and now I'm continuing that. You're using pen and paper? Madness. It's nice to give my eyes a bit of a break. I game during the week, and it's nice just to write with my eyes. The extreme Christian, not gay. Yeah, not couldn't be me. I have it on. I don't see anyone else in here with it. Okay, we should get it. I'd use that. I do be bitching about the world all week, and it's fair to bitch about the world. Chucked a snip in Discord to show you what it looks like. Oh, Pale. Thank you much. Oh, wow. That is cool. Ooh, I'm gonna get me that. Lunch break is halfway up. Well, I'm honoured you'd spend your lunch break with us, Tay. I would never use paper again if I can help it. Oh, why, Chips? I'd probably use e-ink. Why? Do you not like pen and paper? Not sure if I can on mobile. You know what I would like to use? Oh, God. Don't say Jinx. Some fucking sleep. Some fucking sleep. Let me out of this hell. Too bright. Two bright headlights shone on the horizon. I mean, through the dunes with ease. I'm actually gonna have maybe the main character hands himself in. Main character hands himself in and tells Agni to stay behind. Follow me to the rattlesnake, and if I can't get out on my own, rescue me. I hate paper. I can't get organized for shit. Oh, Chips, here's what you need. You need a folder. Lovely folder. And then you need to do little pages. I'd love to have the little index as well on the side, but I haven't really got round to that. This is how you gotta do paper. There's no point in having a notebook, because it gets full too quick and you'll end up with a stack of notebooks. Always paper refills, always put into a binder, always. I mean, everyone can function how they do, but if you do notebooks, you'll end up with a stack of them. That bothers me. Searching extensions for your browser for it. Oh, thank you. Jinx too. Yeah, Bexy, same brain. Organization is not forte. Or paracetamol. Oh, Bubba, I'm so sorry. Switching between creative writing and reading. The latter is quite relaxing in contrast. Oh, wow, Chips. What are you reading? And what are you writing? If you're comfortable sharing. All questions are optional. And if you publish, let us know. Jot the horizon, sending from news with ease. I thought quickly. I thought quickly and grabbed Agni. Waiting for it to kick in. Now, beautiful Bexy. Oh, yeah, join the Cuddle Puddle. Chip, you could use some Cuddle Puddle. We love the Cuddle Puddle. Full digital. Also abandoned physical books. I'm an e-reader for reading. Ooh, you modern Chip. You modern Chippy. I've got a, so I work in a library. And I've got a cupboard, I guess you'd call it, from IKEA. With glass fronts that has all my books in. And they're not organised in alphabetical order, which bothers me. Alphabetical order by the author's second name, if you please. Notice the ultimate librarian. I'm reading The Wandering Inn, and I'm currently writing a contemporary story. Oh, well done, Chip. Is it a hobby, or is it something that you publish somewhere? What's your level? Is it like you just do some when you fancy it? I only use clay tables for writing, reading, and maths. Clay tablets, okay. I read that as clay tables. I'm like, who makes a table out of clay? Think of how heavy that would be. You only use wax tablets like the Romans wanted us to. Organised by universe in chronological order and importance to me. Jesus, pale. I organised by that one looked pretty, so I want it to show up through the glass. Star Wars is up top. Brilliant. Do not get seen. Do not be seen. Post it online and I'm delighted whenever someone stumbles upon my story. Where do you publish it? Is it... Because I know a few sites. I publish mine on Vocal. Vocal.media. Shower time! Do-do-do-do. Do-do. Do-do. Then series of unfortunate events. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Harry Potter. And then single books or very short series of books. Oh, look at you, Pale. You actually do organise them. What a vibe. Shower time. Don't tag Jinx in your shower time. I am not modern. Kindle's existed since 2007. I've been a digital reader for over a decade now. Used e-readers before using smartphones. That's crazy, Chips, actually. I suppose, yeah, that would be the way that people are getting books now. Because I mean, so many people still do, but we used to go to the library and check out a certain amount of books. I remember we used to get 3 picture books and a textbook every time we went to the library. We used to get 4 each. Ooh, Tay. Ooh! The storm. It brews in my soul, birthed from desire. But the person will never know. The storm rages, growing with each passing day. The one whom sparked it will never see the clouds and radiance at bay. The storm strikes the sky, lightning flashing with intensity bright. The one whom lightning seeks, she will never know my dreams at night. There is my new storm prompt. Tay? First of all, who is it about? Second of all, holy moly, you need to be a writer. I used to go to the library as well, but then I discovered piracy. We sail the high seas here too sometimes. Reading of Albert Camus right now. I don't know Albert Camus. Started with books and then went to digital, and I've gone back to physical books. Me too. So real for that. Oh, hey Zaina, how are you? Lovely to see you. Sorry, Newt, it's break day today and I had a shit day. I couldn't be asked to work out. However, I'm now eating sausage stew. Ooh, sounds nice. Hello, lovely to see you. I couldn't see you online on Tuesday. I don't know if I just missed you, but I was looking. I'm just going to put Agni. How's the writing go? It's going good. I'm continuing with a short story that I started over a year ago. Really nice. I'm posting on Royal Road. I like the website, but most of the stories are fantasy there. Let me take a look. Royal Road, home. Web novels and fan fictions. Brilliant. And there's a few competitions, and there's... Huh. That looks like a cool website. Now, I was too busy stressing I had an interview this week, so I didn't stream. No worries, Zaina, but it's excellent to see you here now. I hope the interview went well. Poetry and song lyrics are pretty much my preferred mediums for the ease I have with them. I can see that, Tay. You're very good at song lyrics. Sending sausage stew in the mail to you. Thank you. Had it earlier today. It went really well, I think. Oh, I'm really glad to hear that, Zaina. Is it for that job you were talking about? AFK'd your base for a couple of hours on the Minecraft server. Nicked a stack of iron to start up my iron farm. Did Newt miss my poem? I didn't miss the one. I got the one you sent about the storm. Well, and then when you started before I AFK'd. Brilliant. Look at you guys being so sweet. My head, my family. I mean, is your headache your family? My maths. Oh my god, you wouldn't know this, Bubba, but we have a website in a certain era in the UK. If you went to school, you would go on My Maths. That was a website for us. My Maths. Anyone else used to do My Maths? My tiredness. And track me through the scent of the trucks. Right. Sorry, my connection is horrible. No, I read it out loud and I loved it. I'm too old for My Maths. Oh, Bexy, no. Now I feel young. My era was Newgrounds. Hey, fail. Sure you want to read my story? I know exactly when the viewer count goes up. So what you can do, Chips, if you want to, is if you want to join our Discord, you can. And you can put however many promotions for your stories in the promote yourself tab as you want. Or I will let you send a one-time link into chat today. And I'll take a look. Iconic Minecraft moment interview may have been mentioned. I can't remember for an art teaching role. Hoping for the best. I think I find out next week. You'd be brilliant at art teaching. Damn old our websites. I must leave you all now. Oh, no worries, Tay. Thank you for spending your break with us. Can I join Discord too? I thought you already had, Bubba. Absolutely. Come on in. Come on in. Do it. Find me. This is the only way we find the rattlesnake. Aha! There's a Discord link. There is indeed. Come on in. Everyone in. We're crazy in here. We're nuts. Later, Tay. Later, Tay. How are we doing? 20 minutes we have. We have 20 minutes. There's no way to find the rattlesnake. I placed me down and ran towards the headlights. Only 20 minutes left. Indeed, I do believe I spent over an hour talking about CRISPR. I mean, what did you sign on for if not for my my little passions? Why do I have streamer mode enabled on Discord? Probably because I'm a streamer. Hey Kizena! Hey! Welcome to Discord! I placed Agni down and ran towards the headlights. Waving my arms in the air wildly. 5 minutes max is how long I've been on, according to you. There's no way that was an hour 5 minutes max. Yippee! And who have we got? Who have we got on at the moment? Let me have a look. Oh, there's no writers on tonight. I need to follow some more writers so we can go raid them. As the I think it's implied that it's a truck. As the truck two men in. Can't remember. Did I put them in white or blue overalls? If they follow the man. We need more nerds! Time flies when you're having fun. It does. I mean, cool arty writers and stuff. Nerds are the best people. This is true. What was he wearing? Rubber boots. Let me control F. Overalls. Overalls. People in green overalls. It's not white or blue. It's green. Yeah, it's green overalls. People that work for the man in the boots, which we have now named. What did we name him? We named him Carmine. Carmine's people. There's no way you can see the inside the cab of the truck when the light is on you until you have your face pressed up against the glass. Hey, look, he's a dragon boy. Just put the link to my story here. Yes, I don't encourage it like as a self-promotion, but you have my permission to do that one time on this stream today. Just so we can find you. The truck got closer. Okay, as the truck got closer, I squinted against the blinding light. Hearing the truck skid to a halt. Ooh, let me see. Greetings, esteemed reader. Ooh. Most unlikely guide through this curious tale. Oh, it's so good. Ooh, I love that introduction. Charlene Amateur. Fictions 2, total words 6. So you're a short story writer then. And you're doing The Hardy Headmistress and the Cunning Countess. I so want to read this. Ooh. Sorry, I'm like looking through. Sorry. How often do you post chapters? Oh, and it's from the point of view of your character on here. Ah. Bexy. I gotta write in that I'm blinded by the light. That looks amazing, Chips. I'll make sure to have a look tonight. Two doors opened. And two men in green overalls and rubber boots approached me. There we go. I like to post it weekly, but I do a lot of revising. I've written till chapter 5 and outlined till chapter 16. Oh my goodness, Chips, this could be a whole short story. You should look into publishing stuff like this. Admittedly, I haven't read through it yet. Let me star you on my laptop too. So it's called The Gentlewoman. A thwack to the head, no less. And it has a little thing. Original, ongoing, contemporary. That could be a book. Dark mode, you can also increase the font size. Thank you, Chips. That's lovely to know. That looks amazing. So you first posted 14 days ago. It's fresh. It's hot off the press. I kept my hand in the air. The two exchanged a brief conversation before turning to me. Before turning to me and pulling out handguns. 3 chapters are out because of my revision speed. That's okay, Chips. You take as long as you need to make it good. What's the, like, so the overall... So the overall thing is your main character who's narrating has had an unfortunate accident, a thwack to the head that has left them speaking as if they were in a particularly dramatic Victorian novel. And there's a little bit of the occult in it. An adventure most marvellous and absurd, where friendship blooms, courtship flutters, mysteries unravel, and decadence reigns supreme. You're a brilliant writer, Chips. Just based on the blurb. Very well done. Some of these websites hurts the eyes. My eyes! My poor, my bird eyes! That is so creative, right, Bexy? That's what I was thinking. But fear dripped down my spine. While keeping his handgun trained on me. The man who had exited the passenger side of the truck.
I'd like to spend my vacation at the library!
Thank you for that follow. Who are you? Annie. Hi, Annie. Everybody stretch. Thank you for that stretch. It's been 3 hours. Hey-ya! Oh, that's a good stretch. Yeah. How are you? I'm good. I've been continuing on with the story I've been writing for about a year. It's been really nice to look back on the old prompts of the month, and it's been lovely to write in paper and pen. How are you, Annie? Technology. Readers can also benefit from it. Trust me, bro. Just trust me, bro. I've been exploring self-publishing recently. And yeah, self-publishing is a really excellent way for a author to take control of their book that they want to publish. There are pitfalls to it, but yeah, technology's good. It can be good. I'm good, thank you for asking. Oh, I'm glad you're good, Annie. Are you a writer? Are you a reader? What do you like to do? The passenger side of the truck reached. While keeping his handgun trained on me, the man who had exited the passenger side of the truck reached into his back pocket and produced a pair
Monkey.
of handcuffs. Pale, I'm trying to focus. Monkey. Thank you for the bits, Pale. In the sense of self-publishing through online means, yes, self-publishing through online, which I already do, but also self-publishing and having books made by bigger companies and distributed by bigger companies. I'm an editor and a reader. Oh, fascinating, Annie. Lovely to see you. No, I'm trying to distract you. What kind of things do you like to read? I'm a fiction girly. Because today I'm a butt. You're allowed to be a butt. I mostly like to read fiction. Oh, brilliant. What sort of thing? Same here. Two fiction girlies. Brilliant, Annie. What kind of fiction do you go for? I tend to go for like, so what I'm writing right now is dragons. I tend to go for like dragons and ogres and magic and that sort of fiction I really, really like. Brazen self-promotion. May I ask if you could pin my message with the link to my story? I might not be able to scroll that far back, Chips. No, I can't scroll that far back. I'm sorry. But if you'd like to self-promote, honestly, if you'd like to self-promote, join the Discord. We have a whole channel for it. Hands behind your back, boy. Boy. Dragons, witch, and magic makes me go nuts. Yes, Annie! You have found some kindred spirits here. No funny business, Scales. Thank you, mods. Turn your stories into ebooks and audiobooks. So I turn them into books or stories that I publish on a platform called Vocal. And I have a compilation of the Vocal stories, which I'm thinking of publishing, self-publishing through Amazon. And then I have a third project on the go, which I will be doing under my real name, that I would like to publish the traditional way with a publisher and a company. I did a thing. You did a thing! You did the bonk hammer. Look at you. We get him out of here. Made the prescription. So here's the thing. I was thinking of doing that, but I would upload them to YouTube, but then they'd be mixed in with all the gaming stuff as well. And I'm not sure how people would feel about that. Because I did record one of my poems because it was a sensory poem, and it didn't feel fair that I was writing about all of the senses and I didn't provide an audiobook for it. Yippee! It wasn't the only thing you pinned. Hey! Well done! Look at you, Pale. You are a mod. You're a mod. Maybe worth doing writing/yapping channel. Should I? Because my thing is called That Writer Woman. And I game on it. Which I realise doesn't make a lot of sense. What would I call it? Because at the moment it's just one channel on YouTube called That Right Woman. I'm a real mod. You're a real mod. Goddamn slay. Well, I guess I'd call it That Writer Woman Twitch and then That Writer Woman Stories or something. Do the whole story yourself into an ebook before publishing on Amazon. So, yes. That's what I'm doing for this compilation. So the compilation of the short stories is available to read online for free, but the version of the print version is for people who want to hold it in their hand. You change the name of the gaming one a little. That Writer Woman yaps. That Writer Woman writes. Okay, I can see this being a good thing. The first clipped the your main account, but you can read after stream. Oh, thank you. I will. 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 1.2k to go. Ooh, Bale, exciting. I gotta get on with Bexy's as well. Onto my wrists. The metal... How would you describe metal sliding across scales? Would it make a clinking noise? Yo, sick! Hey! Go team! An artist and editor, and I would love to help you a little in the process to create ebooks and design covers. If you need to turn them into audiobooks, I can do that too. So I would probably cover that myself, Annie, but I do appreciate the offer. I dabble in photography, and so the design that I've used for this book that I'm thinking of publishing on Amazon is got my photography on the front. Just little pictures that I take, but I do appreciate your offer. And yeah, thank you. Cease and desist through the post instead of all there is. Fail. The metal. How would you describe it? Bumped? Bumped across the scales? Yeah. Bumped across the scales on bumped across the scales on my hands, yeah. Because I don't like Amazon. I don't like Amazon either. But here's the thing. Because I've ummed and ahed about this for nearly a year. Is Twitch is an Amazon company. And I stream on Twitch. I have an Amazon Prime account. I don't believe that Amazon is an ethical company. I believe that there is a point at which a company should become public domain because it is too big. But I also understand that morally the world is not ready for that mindset yet. Twitch is Amazon sometimes. And I've ummed and ahed about self-publishing on Amazon for so long. But it is the most convenient, it is the cheapest, it is the one that has the most carbon offsets that is around. It is too big for me not to use it. Wait, Mrs. So Basic Cool, pop off queen. Thank you, Stana. I do think if it's $1 trillion company, it needs to become public domain. And it should have a board instead of a person. But that's just a theory. A game theory. For real, for real. Yes, Dana. I've also recognized that the person who runs Amazon was at a certain person's inauguration, and then maybe they've taken a few steps back from that sort of mindset. So give us wealth. Give us the wealth. Give us power over that. on my hands. I took one look back at where I left Agni. A small, inconspicuous... I've not spelled that right at all. Inconspicuous lump of sand. Lay where I left her. So she's staying hidden. Brilliant. Okay. Let me... So we have our villain. We had our 2 pages that we originally wrote, and we've written these 2 today. We've also learnt a lot about science. 100% agree, Nate. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad we're on the same page. I just think at some point things get too big for one person to ethically handle. And it's wrong to both expect that of a person, and it's wrong for a person to hold all of that. Hang on. I don't know whether to put this in to be typed up or work in progress. I guess I'd put it in vocal work in progress. That would be the best one. Can you give us a final? Yeah, absolutely. So I planned out chapter 2, planned out chapter 3, chapter 4's up in the air. This is what we wrote on the last stream where the prompt was Storm, where the 2 characters, the dragon and the scaled boy, get caught in a sandstorm. And this is what we've written today, where they wake up from the sandstorm. They wake up from the sandstorm, they lose the scent that they were following of the trucks. They then go down to sleep, only to see another truck in the distance. The main character hands himself in and tells his dragon to hide. We also made a note page where we actually named the villain instead of calling him the man in the dancing shoes this whole time. And we fully wrote out his motivations. Still happy to type up, by the way. Thank you, Bexy. I really appreciate that offer. Puts fingers together. Dancing shoes, badass. Yeah, he dances around and he does horrible things like kidnapping people. And killing their mothers. And kidnapping their daughters. The story, I love it so much. Eee. Good progress. He kind of slays. No, I agree. He kind of does slay. He's in Cuban dancing shoes and a white suit with round, very round, circular sunglasses on. Tell me he doesn't slay. Luscious. Oh my. Oh my. Right, let me go on to this. Mute that. And then find us someone to raid. Oh my, in love. No, you can't fall in love with the dancing man. He's evil. He's evil. Zaina, no. The Hiltster. Do I know? Oh, yeah, the Hiltster. Oh my goodness, the Hiltster. Oh, brilliant. Okay, this is fabulous. So if you guys remember, in the self-promote channel, Tay posted about a person raising money for their cat's surgery. It's one of Tay's internet friends. I know Tay isn't here, but this is them. They've just started streaming. No pressure to donate, but watching can help. And so I promised to watch and support, so we're going to be raiding them today. But my evil little dancey man. Oh, my little cat friend. My little dancey man. I'm sorry. You'll hear more from the dancey man soon. If you want to read the story, it's on my vocal. It's called Aggie and I. And that's the first part of it. There isn't too much dancing man in it, though. He just comes in and kidnaps a baby. Which, slay. Slay, though. Great evening, Miss Writer. Thank you. Thank you so much for stream note. Thank you for being here. I've learned so much, heard so much of your voice. Oh, Bexy, this is good. I loved every second of it. What if I did a fan art of the... I'd be so down if you did a fan art of the Dancey Man. I'd be so down. This is the first bit. All right, here we go. The raid is going. So lovely to see everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting, for lurking. Johnny, thank you for that subscription. And I will see you all tomorrow for Dream. Oh, my voice. Daddy, I'm gonna be a dream. Ignore the crack in my voice. Okay. I will see you all then. And let us go to the raid. If I can. Have a wonderful night. See you tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Where did the raid go? It's going to start soon. Regardless whether I like it or not, it's going to start soon. You clicked it. I clicked unraid? Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, well, we're raiding them twice, apparently. I'm a professional. I would never have clicked that. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now we're doing it. Get in here. The best, most professional raid you've ever seen. Pro streamer. It's evil Mr. Amazon, not you, babes. Thank you, Zaina. You're the only one who loves and supports me. Worry not. Well, thank you. I'll say good. Don't you send to mass me. My queen. Thank you, Zaina. Zaina, you're my new mod. These mods can get out of it. Blushes. Right, I shall see you all tomorrow, but for tonight I will say good night. Bye everyone. Monkey.